Testing, testing. One, two, three. Awesome. Hello, can everybody hear me? Awesome. Welcome to the State Robotics Tournament at NNU 2026. You guys excited? Let's go. Awesome. We'll get started here in a moment, but if I could have President Dr. DeMichael and Dean of Students, Dr. Nixon, come up for a few words, please. Everybody have a safe trip here. Nice early morning. Well, I guess a little bit later if you're having class at 8 a.m. But yeah, no, 8 a.m. classes in college are very different from high school. Awesome. So I'll hand this off to you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. We are so glad to have you here. I hope that you are excited to have some fun. Thank you to friends and family that might be out here, and coaches for pouring into your students, the mentoring, the teaching, and for all of our volunteers who are, many are up here, for the judges. This day would not happen without you, and for the competitors. It is really good to see you. You guys have come a long way this year, I imagine. You have built, you've coded, you've done a lot, and your robots are going to be on display today. So I am excited that you are here. I hope that your robots are strong and that your sportsmanship is stellar. It's a great thing about this is not only to compete and see your robots do what they're supposed to do, but also to encourage each other and to just be that, essentially that light that helps others see what their potential is. And hopefully in that process, you can see what your potential is. And I just hope you have fun. All right, you enjoy this and have a great memory of today. Dr. DeMichael.
Well, I'll echo what, give her a hand. I will echo that. We are not just happy that you're here today. We're actually honored and privileged that you're here. You did not just show up today. You kind of built your way here. Would that be an accurate way? You built your way here, right? Because I don't think you started from nothing, right? And you designed, you redesigned, you calibrated, you recalibrated. Any of you have one of those days during this process of getting here where you asked someone on your team or you asked each other, why isn't this working? Anyone? Yeah, come on, be honest. Everyone should be raised. I know that must have happened in the process. Well, here's the thing. You probably answered that question, and that's why you're here. And what that reflects persistence, tenacity on your part. And those are really good qualities. And those are qualities that lead to a successful future. And that's the kind of things we try to teach with our students here at NNU, is creating the whole person, not just academically, but socially, emotionally, spiritually, so that you can go out and be critical thinkers and help solve all the problems of the world. What you have done to get here today is a step in that process. You've learned teamwork, you're collaborating together, right? You understand that you need each other, right? No one can do this alone. The other thing I think you've learned, you should learn from this, is that in order to have success, you have to experience some failures so you can learn from the failures, get better, answer the question, why isn't this working, and then fix it. So what I would encourage you today as you start your competition and you're doing all these really cool things with these amazing robots that you have created, as you're experiencing some successes and failures, understand that all of it is working together towards making you as individuals successful in the future. So know we're rooting for you. We're cheering for you. We're really glad you're here. And welcome to Northwest Nazarene University. Have a great day.
All right, thank you so much for those words of encouragement. Now I would like to introduce Amelia Jameson. She's been a fantastic help with setting up all these competitions. You've probably seen her around. Without further ado.
Welcome, everyone. We're going to start with a video from Vex, kind of introducing the day, and then we'll talk about some housekeeping items, and then we'll get going. We'll do this instead. We'll do oh, that was it. For a second it was there. Right? Well, while we get this going, I'm going to give you a couple of just housekeeping items. Number one, thank you, NNU, for allowing us to use this beautiful facility. I'm very pleased that we get to be here. It's beautiful. Please take care of it. Please pick up your trash. If you spill something, please let somebody know so we can get cleaned up right away. Number two, we are doing judging a little differently this year. We're going to try something new. Once the match schedules come out, which will be shortly, we're just checking in the last few teams. Rather than judges coming to find you, we are going to do an interview appointment system. At that front desk, there's some nice ladies sitting at the front desk. You are going to go pick a 15-minute time slot that fits in your schedule. There are plenty of slots, so there's plenty of times if you pick one and then things go a little faster, a little slow, and you're unable to make it, you can pick a different slot. But it is up to each individual team to pick a slot. When it's your turn, you are going to run up the stairs. There's a gentleman that will be at the top. He will call out names and remind. You're going to send one of your team members upstairs. They're going to grab a pair of judges. They're going to come meet you in your pit, and you're going to have your interview. All interviews will be 10 minutes. Any questions about that? Okay, let me be very clear with this. It is up to you today to get judged. Every single team has that option. Again, there are plenty of slots, but it is up to you to go make an appointment. Does that make sense? Okay, I think we're ready for the video.
Hello, and welcome to the Vex Robotics competition.
If this is your first time competing, welcome. You've accomplished so much just by making it here today.
If you're a seasoned, veteran competitor, we encourage you to be a role model for your peers. Help them, teach them, and show them what the Vex Robotics competition is all about.
To all of the coaches, parents, and spectators for joining us today, thanks for supporting your students. You're truly making a difference in their lives.
And to our event partners and volunteers, thank you for dedicating your time to making this event happen. We couldn't do this without you.
Now, let's go over some important information for this event.
Before we get started, here are a few important things to remember. I'm sure you've all read the game manual, but let's talk briefly about rules G1 and G2, our code of conduct and our student-centered policy.
Treat everyone with respect. That's rule G1, and it goes hand-in-hand with the code of conduct. This expectation applies to everyone here today. Students, coaches, parents, spectators, volunteers, and guests in good situations and in stressful, difficult situations too. And now, on to rule G2, our student-centered policy. All RUC Foundation programs and competitions are student-centered. So what does that mean? Ultimately, students learn the most when they're given opportunities to test their own ideas, fail, learn from those failures, and try again. In difficult or stressful situations,
supervisor immediately.
Violation of these rules can affect a team's eligibility for judged awards and could result in a team being disqualified from matches or even the tournament.
Event partners have access to reporting tools that document the situation and will pass the information along to the REC Foundation.
Tournaments are busy, fast-moving days, and we have a lot on our agenda.
Between matches, skills challenges, and judging, there is a lot going on at any tournament.
Teams, remember that you are responsible for your schedule. Your match schedule should be your top priority. You never want to miss a match. Find time in between matches to run your skills challenges.
Your event partner has provided the opportunity for each team to complete up to 3 driver skills runs and 3 autonomous coding skills runs.
The event schedule specifies when the skills fields will close, so make sure you budget your time to get all of your runs done in time. Make sure you're ready and available to talk to the judges. If you have a match coming up soon, it is perfectly fine to respectfully say, "We have a match soon. Can we talk right after the match?" Judges will understand and accommodate your requests.
If this event is offering judged awards, the judges will want to interview your team so you can be considered for those awards. Judges will be looking for you at your assigned pit space or by the fields.
Remember, adults cannot be a part of this interview. This is for students only. Next, let's cover interactions with volunteers and event staff.
Rule T1 applies throughout the tournament, and head referees always have the final authority on gameplay rulings and decisions.
If drive team members want to dispute a score or ruling, Rule T3 says that they have to stay in the alliance station until the head referee from the match talks with them.
Be ready to show them a specific rule that you believe was misunderstood, but remember that the head referee's decision is final.
Head referees are not allowed to review photo or video match recordings when determining a score or ruling.
Head referees are the only ones allowed to explain a rule, disqualification, violation, or other penalty to the teams.
Teams should never consult with other field personnel, including scorekeeper referees, about a rule and clarification.
Student-centered applies here too. This means that adults can't coach from the stands or speak to referees on behalf of students.
Students should advocate for themselves.
That covers just about everything. Now time for sample words from your event partner.
We wish you all the best of luck today and for the rest of this next robotics competition season.
Couple of other quick announcements. Number one, as you are queuing, you will see there's 2 tables for queuing over here, 2 tables for queuing over here. Please be on time for your matches. Every team has to run 8 qualifications today. That's 2 more than we generally run in a normal tournament, so that's why we're starting a little early. That's why we did inspections last night. I'm going to turn it over now to our head ref.
Hello, welcome. I'm David Iverson. I'm the head referee today. I've just got 4 rules that I just want to touch on, just so that there's no, so you understand what's going on. First off, GG13, any violation, major or minor, committed during the autonomous period will result in the autonomous bonus being automatically awarded to the opposing alliance and making the violating team alliance ineligible for autonomous win point. So the big one on that is during autonomous, if your bot kicks a block out of the field, then you've just lost autonomous, right? If your block leaves the field, the other team gets the autonomous bonus and you can't get a win point. So I've seen that a lot, and that's going to be something I'll be calling. Then also, you guys should know this, but we are now, this tournament directly qualifies to Worlds. And so it directly qualifies to Worlds. Autonomous win point is now at least 10 blocks of the alliance color are scored, at least 3 different goals, including at least 2 scored blocks of the alliance colors. So you got to have 3 different goals, at least 3 different goals, and at least 2 of your colored blocks per goal to get that win point. And then the other ones is 3 blocks of the alliance color removed from the loaders. That's the same as normal. And neither robot is partially or entirely within the vertical projection of the alliance colored park zone. All right, and then that brings me to SG1. So this is a change. In January, you had to be in physical contact with the plastic park barrier. That is no longer the case. So now SG1, starting a match, at least partially within the vertical projection of the Alliance Park Zone. No longer have to be in contact with the park zone barrier. So as long as your robot has a tiny little sliver of something overhanging the park zone, you are in a successful starting position. And then another one that is also a new rule from the last month is, so goalkeeping, you guys should be aware that goalkeeping has become sort of a pretty major thing. There are more stringent rules on just hanging out at the end of the goal and stopping scoring or descoring. But this one is a big one. In the event of a goalkeeping stalemate, i.e. no blocks are moving inside the goal involving 2 or more goalkeeping robots, both robots would receive SG10 violations if they remain within the goal without moving blocks. This is the kicker. In this case, a robot should receive a major violation if their mechanism adds or removes blocks to or from the control zone and or goal as they depart. So that's going to be like a big kicker, that if you've got your bot is parked on one side, somebody else's bot is parked on the other side, and I say you guys are both goaltending, that's a stalemate, you have to leave. If while you leave, you change that goal, you have just, by the rule, it's not my decision to make it a major, by the rule, you change the score of that goal as you're leaving, that is a major violation. And that means that basically if you win the match, you will be disqualified. So if I'm calling a stalemate, you got to be very, very careful to not change that goal as you're leaving. All right, that's my rules.
Awesome. Now that you've heard from everybody, do you have any questions about rules, how we're handling things, anything? Also, oh, we got one.
So just reading the rule, right? I'll just read it again. In this case, a robot should receive a major violation if their mechanism adds or removes blocks to or from the control zone and or goal as they depart, right? And this is one of those things where they've written it to take wiggle room and discretion away from me, right? So there's no intention in that. It's just, if I say you two robots are goaltending, then you got to ensure that when you leave, the goal is the way it was.
Awesome. Any other questions? Oh, we got one right here.
Control zone and or goal as they depart. Yeah.
All right. Any more questions about rules? All right. Seems we're good here. Do we know when the first match is starting? Or where the teams can get schedules?
Schedules will be out shortly. We're just getting them printed off now. As soon as schedules are printed, we're going to get queuing and get going. So go get ready and have a great day, guys.
All right, we're about to get started. My friend Lathan over here with the white sweatshirt is going to be passing out your guys' schedules, so look out for him. All right, we're about to start qualification match 1. On the red alliance, we have 1588B and 9551D. And the blue alliance, 11777B and 11777J. I have a quick announcement real quick. So when you are bringing your robots up to the Brant Center stage, please do not drive them on this stage. It's very nice. We don't want to scuff it up. Thank you. About to start qualification 1. Both teams are ready.
All right, we're ready. Go. So you got anything to say?
Qualification starting in.
No, let's go. Okay, so like.
Where's my countdown?
All right, so
I gotcha. Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Autonomous going in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we're having some technical issues with the autonomous period. A very normal start for Q1 of the tournament.
Okay, we're gonna try to steal 2. Nope. Oh, that is true. Yeah.
I'm gonna try it again over here. Awesome, we have a connection. Awesome, we have movement. All right, looks like we have the blue team scoring 2 in the side goal and 1 in the middle. All right, blue building up their stock of their blocks. Their teammate looking to do the same. Scoring 2 more in the side goal. Both robots vying for some possession of blocks. We got blue scoring 2 more. But just a reminder, red does have 2 in that bottom goal, so this is still anyone's game. They do have control of both side goals currently between those blocks. Red scoring 1 in the middle. Currently loaded up with 2 in their bot. Blue looking to grab some of those side loaded. They're scoring quickly.